Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Monday, January 22nd. I'm going to be analyzing the US dollar yen, starting on the monthly, working my way down to that 1 hour time frame for the full top-down analysis. So in the dollar yen, I mean, it still has that one, two, three, four, and five shape right here. I mean, this right here may or may not be the end of the wave five. I still think there is a possibility all the yen pairs are just going to go up and take out the most recent highs, but we do have to look at all possibilities. And on shorter time frames, it definitely does have a possibility of being an A, B, and going back down for a wave C. So taking it down to the weekly time frame, I personally think that it's going to keep going up. I mean, maybe it is ready for a pullback on shorter time frames, but I think it's more likely that it is going to go up and that this is not like a wave five and that it's actually just going to continue to make higher highs, higher lows on these higher time frames. Now, we do have Bank of Japan interest rate coming out this evening in the Asian session, which is the middle of the night for me, so I definitely won't be watching it. But if this really is like an A right here, and this really is like a wave B, then the interest rate news for the yen is actually probably when it would go down, when it would break structure. And if it does do this picture right here, then I would definitely take it as a short because at that point it's probably going to go down and make a wave C. But like I was saying, I actually personally think that that is the least likely scenario. We're not at a Fibonacci level. We're not breaking any structure. We don't have a lower high. I think if anything, the move down is just going to be a crescent to the uptrend, and it's just going to keep on making higher highs and higher lows. Going down to the 4 hour time frame. We really don't have much of a break of structure to the downside yet. I mean, the trend is definitely still up, in my opinion. Now, if it goes down and breaks the low of wave four, then that definitely would temporarily turn me into a seller. I say temporarily because it may just be the beginning of a crescent to the uptrend. But I mean, you could definitely have some decent sorts at like the end of a wave B if that is the case. But like I said, the trend is up, and until we have a break of structure to the downside, technically you should be looking for longs and an uptrend. Taking it down to the 1 hour time frame. Now, looking at the pattern right here, I mean, it definitely does have that ABC look to it, but I actually think it's not an ABC correction. I think it's probably going to turn into maybe a flat or something, like three waves down for an A, and maybe this is going to be like three waves up for a B, and now we're going to make like five waves down for a wave C, go down, break structure, take out this low, maybe go down to a fib level, and then continue the uptrend. Maybe to add tonight's interest rate for the JPY is when we'll actually have the end of this correction and the continuation of the uptrend. Maybe it's going to turn into like an expanding or running flat, or maybe like a more complex WXY or something like that between now and today's news, because today's news is about 16 to 18 hours away. So we have a long time, lot of price sets in between now and what the yen news comes out. So we definitely want to pay attention to structure. We definitely want to pay attention to price because we should be able to recognize right before the news comes out what the most likely scenario is to happen by looking at all JPY pairs. So don't forget to join my free Discord group. The link for that is on the screen and in the description. Thanks and happy trading.